Oh shit, I didn't turn that on. Or that on. Oh, there we go. That's better. I thought I was so prepped and then I fucked up. Alrighty, how's everybody doing? Yeah, it's Tuesday. We are here for mixing it up, and I love everybody in chat. You guys are insane. Talking about how Frank is gonna be a judge because he's so judgy. I love that. Oh man. Like you'll see in the review for tomorrow. I really love this show. I'm loving what we're doing and just how we like geek out about mixing because we've been in here for like an hour already and we seriously we were starting to run late because we were talking about other things. And I was like, oh shit, it is time. I need to start the show. All right, but let's just jump into some what have we been mixing. Let's see, Chris, take it away since you we kind of cut you off in the middle of what you were talking about.
No, that's cool because it was relevant to
Mm-hmm.
what you just asked me.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, with the preparation going on for tonight's show, I was thinking in my head like all the different things that I could make and whatever else. And so I was like, you know what? I want to make something with black currant because I fucking love black currant. So I ended up mixing something up. And then I was found out that you guys weren't mixing anything before the show. So then I felt like I would be cheating. So I've been mixing up this black currant cookie, and so far it's super good. It's kind of more like a shortbread.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I use some like Inawera shortbread and some Wonder Flavor shortbread, and it's pretty buttery right now. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
hoping that that settles just a little bit. But the black currant, I hit it on the nose. Like it's the perfect amount of black currant for the cookie that I was going for. I don't know if you guys have ever had these, but they're like kind of shortbready biscuits, but they have pieces of cranberry in them. You ever had those?
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I've also that's like the more common one, but I've
Mm-hmm.
also had those with black currants in them.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, is it like,
Black currants are like a lot bigger up here than America, which
yeah,
I just so you guys know, I found out that black currants are actually illegal to grow in America. I
that's
don't know if
probably
that's
why.
like still currently, but that's probably why like black currants not a big profile in
Yeah,
America, like
Why
in
is that?
anything.
Because it's a nightshade?
maybe.
No, it's something like to do with like they had the ability to like carry something that was gonna ruin a like kill the logging industry or some shit. I don't know. I like quickly just glossed over it.
Hmm.
Uh I don't know how come they weren't banned in Canada. Like anything here can get there. Like you don't. I don't think the bugs have to go through customs. So
Yeah. Well, it's more, if it concerns the logging lobby,
yeah, but like
that's
there's
an
really
issue.
big logging up here too. So you'd think that it'd be the same thing, but I
You
guess
guys are a
maybe the
lot. You guys are a lot more freeform up there, though. Us here, oh my
yeah
god, this
like
is gonna kill an industry we've had for 100 years. Let's get rid of it.
yeah like we're so rich from logging.
Vaping.
Like we needed everything. Yeah, so that's basically what I've been messing around with. Like there's a bunch of other things that I'm like trying to do. But like currently right now on my brain, it's that blackcurrant cookie. How about you,
Nice.
Mitch?
Oh, I've been vaping. I've been working on a raspberry cheesecake that I'm really happy with. Um, and I should have let it steep, but I've been kind of vaping through the just to see how it goes throughout the whole process. And then I do have a bottle that I stashed. Also vaping on some blueberry custard that I made a couple weeks ago. That's hitting its prime. Um, and then earlier today, I did get a chance to play with that kind of orange Julius recipe that I kind of stumbled into. And I mixed up a bottle of that, and I'm going to give it a taste test later on in the show. Um, but yeah, I'm really happy about that raspberry cheesecake. Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
that's kind of about what I've been going on. What about you, Sifu?
Um, a super failed attempt at banana root beer. I I suspect that it's the bourbon and butterscotch are not playing well with the banana.
I could see
I'm
that.
getting a lot of I'm getting it's getting a funky type of aftertaste.
Okay,
You
now
know,
is that a thing like banana root beer, or like you just deciding that that's a thing?
no, it is kind of a thing. You know, if you ever had you ever had a banana split, and then you
Yeah, yeah,
pour
yeah.
just a little bit of root beer on the top, just
No,
enough to make a foam, and then you get a little bit of that foam with the banana and some ice cream, and it's freaking delicious. You
I've
know,
never once tried that, but I
I've heard
would
of
Me
people
either.
doing
try.
that. I've heard of people doing that. Maybe it's a southern thing, but I just don't do root beer. I went to
I love
Burger
root
King
beer.
over the weekend and I asked for a Coke. They gave me a root beer, and I was like, "This Coke tastes funky." And eventually, I figured it out. I was like going through the whole profile in my head. What is this shit?
yeah, you know, so I like, you know, some flavors play well with each other. Like in
Yeah.
my root beer, I have cheesecake. You know, because root beer is a brewed thing, and you kind of want that kind of musky type of aroma in it. But I went with the banana puree. I think that might be too real. And then because my root beer is more of a real root beer, the another root beer I tried was too fake. It tasted like eating a runt and then drinking root beer. It was not, it wasn't playing. So,
Ooh,
so I did have a, you know, a failed attempt at that. Other than that, I've been refining I just finished refining my mango champagne, and I'll have some news about that a little later. And I retested that gin that we tried last week,
Hmm.
and it tastes too much like gin. It's too dry. It doesn't vape well. You know, it tastes good. It's like, oh yeah, that's good. And by the third tooth, you're like, water. Too much. It's a little too dry. So maybe some tweaking on that would be good. But it was a fun experiment. It did work. You know,
Yeah.
to get the alcohol flavor, too much alcohol flavor out of that. So,
Sounds like the way I mix drinks. Let's
yeah.
do about
So that's
3/4
so not
cup
much.
of
So
bourbon, splash of Coke.
yeah.
Alrighty. For me, there was a recipe that I did on Daytime Frank Show, which is a cranberry blood orange cookie, and I didn't. Actually no, that wasn't on Daytime Frank Show. That was on Wolfbite with Addy Tooney. We did like a mix off type thing, and I kind of like just went really quickly at it with some of the flavorings I had. I had to switch up a couple of things, and I didn't like it. I haven't tried it out yet. I still need to like just rewick something to try it out, but it's been steeping for like a week now, and I think we should be good to go. I've knuckle tested it, and sounds like it's on point. And then for mixing stuff, I have this other one which is like a revision of a recipe. I don't know, talking to Chris the other day, we were talking about like, you know, recipes that we've had for a long time that have been our staples and stuff like that. And he was, you know, he's like, is there one that you feel that you could rework and make it better? And I'm like, based on like where I'm at now versus when I actually came up with the recipe, I was like, yeah, I could probably make it so much better. And just on the knuckle test, I feel like it's actually improved already as it is. So I'm excited to vape that one. So we shall see.
see, that's dope. That's like first try of a revision, and you're already like, all right, this is better than all the work I put into this.
Oh no, yeah,
That's
because
kind of
even trying
sad,
to
but
do that
amazing.
initial one probably took me like 3 months worth of time.
Oh, for sure.
Finding out just ratios, and I actually made the recipe slightly more complex, but it works a lot better. It's not as like in your face. It's a lot more mellow, at least from the knuckle testing. So I'm already excited about that. Alrighty, so yeah, that's what we've been mixing. So as you guys saw in the thumbnail and the name of the episode, we're gonna do like a little kind of Iron Chef type thing here, where we were given one particular base ingredient or base flavor that we're supposed to use. We chose for this episode, we're gonna do a berry, and we're gonna mix it on live, do like initial thoughts, and you know, try it out for like the first time, and hopefully we don't make complete disasters where you just see as yak or something. But I think we can work this out really well. So we're gonna like jump into it, and if you guys want to post your recipes on the chat, I still gotta pull mine up. I actually forgot to do that, but yeah, I just like, we were just thinking. Mitch brought this up to us. He's like, "How do you guys feel about doing an Iron Chef style, like mix off?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, that actually sounds good." Like I got what he meant right off the bat. So we were all like really excited. We spent most of Sunday afternoon just talking to each other about, well, what are you gonna do? Oh, I'm thinking about doing this, and like it was just exciting times, exciting times. All right, Sifu's already posted his recipe. Here goes mine.
Yeah, you
And
have to go for a second.
yeah, now I'm gonna get started with the mixing.
I'm gonna take it down.
Ooh.
Sifu showing off some crotchy shots.
Oh, would you look at that? I basically opened up my ELR and Mitch's raspberry cheesecake recipes right there.
All right, yeah.
If you guys follow him, you could check it out.
Last night. All right.
This like just don't get
Are
mad
we
at him
announcing
for
our flavors?
misspellings.
Are we announcing
Yeah,
what we're-
I mean you could whatever you guys want to chat about. Like me, I'm gonna go with a berry crepe. So that's kind of the way I'm going. I mean, for me, yeah, she actually helped me like because my nose was just like jacked up on Sunday trying to like go through these. I got like the sense of what was going on, but she's got a better sniffer than I do. I could really like sit here and let a little quiet squeaker go by, and she's like, "You farted, didn't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like that's how good her sense of smell is. Yeah.
It's a bad thing.
Yeah. But
that's awesome.
yeah.
I'm working on a blackberry daiquiri, like a traditional daiquiri, not like the one like a frozen kind that we can get through drive-throughs here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's going to be blackberry backed with black currant, some lime, and some rum, and hopefully it comes out good. So I'm going down. Let's go.
Alrighty. What you working on?
So
Mitch?
mine, the berry I decided to go with was one of my newest flavors that just came in, and it's I decided to work around Flavora's boysenberry.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a boysenberry and nectarine tart.
Nice.
And I'm really excited to see how this stuff works out. Yeah, what's funny is I've already been kind of on a berry kick anyway.
Yeah.
Been working on my blueberry custard, working on the raspberry cheesecake. So this one ended up right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's funny because you suggested we could do a custard or a berry.
We could call it the Lando special.
No, I know. Then I was like, let's give Lando a break.
I was gonna do like a berry custard, and I was like, nah, I want to vape something that tastes okay when I start.
Yeah.
And then I decided to use concentrates that need a bit of time instead. So I mean, I guess that's just what happens sometimes.
That's what
So
happens.
okay, mine should be published now. I have no title for it. But it's gonna be like a black currant berry mix with lychee.
Ooh,
Lychee.
dude.
Yeah.
Lychee is something I've been wanting to play with, and I haven't. I don't even know if I have a lychee flavoring.
I'm using Capella Sweet Lychee. It's pretty decent. It's got like this I don't even really know how to describe it. Maybe when I open it, I'll be able to describe it better than just like from my memory.
Yeah.
But it's got like almost like to me, it smells like a black currant wine gum. Like it's weird. I think that's what I smell.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that I was like, ooh, that will probably work really well.
I'm gonna pop out chat so I can see what everybody's saying. Let's see. I never wear pants on camera. Good to know, Daytime Frank. Good to know.
What's the point?
Well, yeah, I mean, YouTubers don't wear pants.
Well, lucky for me, I'm not a YouTuber. So.
You just
This
hang
is my
out at
first time
YouTube
working
shows.
with a berry, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, besides the current in the yig, but like a true berry. You know, it's
Yeah.
my first time.
Yeah, because I've done like berries in things because I do like raspberry here and there and things like that, but never actually done more than that. This smells.
You know what, Duchess?
potent.
I don't think that I've ever tried to make a cannoli before.
Cannoli.
I also don't know if that worked. I don't know if I did the right thing. If you guys can see the chat, you should be able to just at least copy and paste my comment and then just put it in your browser.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to do that. So if you want to find mine, go to Hogets Yogurts on ELR, and it's up. And it's got Mixing It Up episode 3 in the title.
Just
Best name ever.
just remember to spell check them.
Yeah, make sure your flavors are correct.
Yeah,
don't
oh
wanna get in
dude, they're
trouble.
crazy. You will get in trouble. I remember the first episode I put it up, and they're like, I was like, oh shit, dude, somebody fucking commented on my shit, and then I read it. I was like, oh no, they're literally peddling me.
Yeah, that's not, you get all excited and then you go, yeah, what a dick. All right.
Yep, that's exactly what happened to me.
That's funny.
All right, what's going on? I thought that I just adjusted the fucking percentages, but apparently not.
Yeah, so when I was coming up with the idea for this tart, I knew that at the top of the tart was going to be the fruit and stuff. So I started from the base, and I went with kind of like a pie crust cookie kind of mix. And then for the second layer, I went with a sweet cream and creamy yogurt, and then the fruit on top of it. And I'm hoping that all of it blends really well.
I like how Eddie
A lot of these flavors.
Eddie Tooney's comment.
I didn't see it because I got my recipe up on my phone.
Okay, no, he's like, we were talking about the whole spell checking thing. He's like, tortured Zen is evil.
Yeah, that's who it was. That's who it was.
Oh man. Alrighty, so for my
thank you,
mix,
Eddie.
for like at least the bready part of it, I went with Wonder Flavors crepe. We'll see how this goes. Fried dough just to give it a little bit of crispiness, and then a bread pudding just because why not? And
Done.
and then
done?
yeah, I'm done too. And then
Yeah,
I got the
got one
boysenberry
box for you.
pie and the black currant, which cracked me up because we got Mitch doing boysenberry and we got Chris doing black currant, and I was like, I'm on a wavelength with both of you guys.
And Sifu's got blackcurrant too.
No.
Yeah, I got, I'm using
Yeah.
Capella sweet currant and Silverline black currant. The black currant is very, the Silverline is nice and tart,
It's strong.
and the sweet currant is
No,
nice and
it's-
smooth, and they're both very,
Sorry, I
very
couldn't
deep,
help myself.
Yeah.
paired up with the Capella blackberry.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get the festivities started here.
I'm tying it together with meringue as a bridge, and some lime Tahiti distilled, because I read that it was a little more winey, that I thought would work better than a candy type of lime, and topped off with rum Jamaica, dark rum.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. I have to turn the ceiling fan off because it's literally making my scale not work properly. Do you believe that?
That's a lot of downward pressure.
Yeah.
Well, I got it on medium. Obviously, I need to put it on off for the time being because it's like jumping like 0.1 gram.
Okay, that smells good. Nuck nuck. Oh.
Ooh. Oh. See, I got it in the Gen 2 Apocalypse and on the Rig V3.
Cool.
Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, you guys are just too fast for me.
Too fast.
I got a freshly wicked Odin Mini, brand new, with a Reload S and a big fat single 3mm alien in this guy.
You know what else is crazy? Like I'm using different black currants than both you guys that
Mhm.
are using black currant.
Yeah.
Because I have the flavor furnace one and I also have a flavor art one, so I'm using two.
Yeah, I'm using the Flavora one.
This single car. I'm excited for this.
All right. First initial thoughts. It's straight up berry. Like, holy crap. All it is berry. The black currant is coming through. None of the pastry is. So I'm going to see if maybe the steeping will help it out. But
Yeah, I actually have like a real low percentage of apple as well because
Mhm.
I thought that apple would be really good, and
yeah,
also
it
have
could
a
help
little bit
brighten
of
it up
meringue in
as a
mine.
background flavor.
I did that with pear. I threw a touch of the TFA pear
Mm-hmm.
in mine to. I was worried about the pear because I know that I was reading that it can be very overpowering,
I could see that.
and
Which pear is it?
it's a TFA,
Okay,
just a
so
regular TFA pear.
I'm getting a lot of blackberry, a nice rich blackberry. I'm not getting much lime or much rum.
Now I feel like the blackberry is probably just overpowering the whole thing at this point.
It's strong. It's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm. What's up, James? Actually, while you guys are doing your thing there, I'm gonna give some shout outs. We don't. I haven't done that in a minute. Lady Liberty, how you doing? James, Frames Janklin Vaper, aka host of the Green Room with Mr. Overdrip over here.
Yeah, go check it out.
Right? Go hang out on Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, it's at 7 my time, isn't it? I'm trying to remember. I always
Yeah,
like
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
7 Central.
And then we got Jacoby Vapes, dude. I haven't seen you in forever, bro. How you doing? Raging Vapor,
Jacoby.
the Duchess. Belated happy birthday to you, sir.
Oh my gosh.
If you go to the Vaping with the Ohmies, what's it called, playlist, I actually added a song for your birthday, dude. I went with like the heaviest fucking song I can think of. Let's see. An Advocate for Liberty, how you doing? Addy Tooney, how you doing? Who else we got? Loomis Croy, Mark. Hopefully I said it right. Not, I am very sorry. Light Bearer, Kira. Again, sorry if I'm really bad at pronouncing names. I'm even worse at remembering them. I have coworkers I've been working with for like 5-6 months now, and I still can't remember their fucking names. Let's see. It's funny. I'm like, well, Overdrip, Sifu, you guys are in here too. Lando,
Yep.
how you doing, bud? Mitch Hogat.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I always thought that your name was Hoggett.
That's all
For
right, man.
real.
It's
I thought
a
it was
lot of people.
Hoggett.
A lot of people will throw R's in it and say Hogart, or N's in it and say Hogan, or Hoggett. But it's pronounced Hoggett.
Okay, so I made
That's
an
where the
adjustment.
no
yogurt
big
thing
deal.
kind of played into it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, the Hoggett's yogurts.
You just said it in a Boston accent because of fucking tuna.
And you got to, and the Corey on Monday. Yeah, Hoggett's yogurts, kid.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so I'm adjusting the percentages on mine because I just kind of rough shot some drops of lime and rum,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's really singing.
I'm actually I'm throwing this on a happy birthday Duchess 2.5 millimeter alien in my recurve, because that's what I use for kind of initial flavor testing.
That's funny. We were talking about that before the show. Like, do you guys stick to one Addy for flavor tasting? And you guys all went, yeah, I have one Addy that I do. And I'm like, nah, I'm all over the place.
No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Oh,
I
you
never
don't?
answered.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you
Question.
didn't
I don't.
answer. I knew Sifu's answer because he's told me before. And then Mitch answered. I was like, yeah. Okay, so me and Overdrip are like the outliers.
I
here.
do have I have RDAs that I know are better with fruits
Mm-hmm.
than other ones. So right now I'm using one that I know is better with fruits than desserts.
So on the initial kind of smell and taste,
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that I did lower the pear
Mm-hmm.
a little bit, because
It
even
took
at
over?
1%, it's coming through.
Mm-hmm. You might be able to lower it at
So I'm glad
75
that
and
I-
still be okay at 0.75.
Yeah.
I lower it in quarter increments for some reason.
and I'm sure that after about a week of steep time, that like the creamy yogurt and like the crusts and stuff will come through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I'm
little
getting the
bit better.
pastry, but it's so faint right now. Like it's just a punch of like that black currant and like the berries, but it's just like the pastry itself is very in the background. Even Daytime Frank said give it a week and see how it goes. I'm like I kind of
Which
figured
black
that.
currant did you use?
Flavora.
It's really strong,
This,
right?
Mm-hmm.
this does smell super good though.
Yeah, like in my recipe, the Flavora black currant's only like at a 1%. And I mean, it could stand to even go lower, honestly.
I'll get mine filled eventually. I'm gonna have to like order like better bottles, not just use a chubby gorilla with like PG already in it. Because like it literally took me that whole time to fill this thing up, and now look at how jacked that bottle is. It's like all just fucking jacked up.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't know if in Canada you can get these, but like these are really squishy.
Yeah, I like
for like
those.
the VG-PG.
I think that I could probably get something from like Labware, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think
Yeah,
that even
stuff like that.
Vapes has like something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep refilling these.
Yeah, same here.
Same.
I don't even refill this because the PG just lasts for fucking ever because of the ratios. I've already refilled this twice.
And I use I've been using this for nicotine.
Yeah.
It drips real even. These.
Liquid Barn needs to get their gallon jugs of VG back in stock.
Yeah, I've been getting it from
either that or they need to give a discount for the 500s.
Right.
It's like, if I buy a gallon equivalent, hook me up with a discount if I'm buying a gallon's worth in smaller bottles. You don't have the right size.
They force you to buy the bigger bottle.
I'm liking this. I'm getting like a little bit of the creaminess coming through. Definitely the pear and the nectarine. The boysenberry's really faint right now, and I'm kind of surprised. I mean, from what I was reading, it is a little bit on the fainter side. To it.
Yeah.
But this is good.
I'll be able to tell you in a moment what I think of mine.
I also, like right before we got going, I finally dripped that strawberry orange banana Julius. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. It's not great. I'm excited to see after that kind of has a little bit of time to, because I just made that a couple hours ago too. So.
Oh, not here. This one's just wants to rage.
Yeah, I'm digging this. I'm getting more of a candy effect, like a blackberry lime candy effect, more than I am a rum. So I'm not sure if this dark rum is boosting the deep parts of the blackberry. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on, but I'm not getting a drink effect. It's definitely a candy. I might have to research and see if there's a good white rum flavor out, or maybe even champagne would work, like TFA champagne.
Yeah.
But yeah, the blackberry, the Capella blackberry with the currants is that's a good blackberry stone. Like I've tried some blackberry flavors in the past. There was one I had gotten from like a one shot from somewhere, like a blackberry cheesecake or something, and it just tasted like tussin. It was very it tasted like cough syrup. It was not enjoyable, so I had not had a blackberry flavor since then.
Yeah.
And
I could see that though.
But this is going to be a good one to play with the ratios. I think it's got a lot of potential.
potential.
I'm actually thinking that right now, this setup, I cannot get it to run cold enough. Because it's like a variable, not really a variable voltage, but it's like that Smoant Chiron adjustable. I have it turned all the way down. And there's like a 0.1 in here, because it's like what I would normally run on a mech mod. And it's pretty rowdy. But
It's rowdy.
right now, man, honestly, like I might almost only taste the harvest berry.
Well, what percentage of that is in there?
2%.
Is that the one that holds the highest ratio?
No, black currant does.
Okay.
So it's killing the black currant?
Well, okay, so there is no, I lied. There's 2.29% harvest berry, and then blackcurrant TPA, or whatever the flavor print is 2.06. Blackcurrant flavor art is 0.91. And then there's 0.45 of meringue, 0.45 of apple, and 1.83 of lychee. But I have a feeling that it might settle a little bit. It's honestly, it's really not terrible at all. It's just, and I'm running on the Cosmonaut V2.
Ooh. Not a bad choice.
For having my name be Hogan's Yogurts, this is actually the first recipe I've ever used a yogurt in.
Damn it, you broke the cycle.
No, hey, it's still not, like, it's just to mix with the sweet cream to give that middle layer of the tart a little bit of extra.
Yeah,
I was trying to figure out how I was going to make
creams.
more tart come through.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab another mod.
What's up, Stu Reap? How you doing, man?
So Mitch, do you find like pie crust to be eggy or more on the crispy, crusty side?
I've only played with pie crust in a few recipes. The TFA is I can't even remember what the other one that I tried before I found this one. I do get more like crusty, like I don't really get a lot of the egginess.
Flaky, buttery?
But I do think that I'm probably, what was that?
Flaky and buttery more?
Yeah, I do get a little the flaky butteriness. I think I'm getting more of the cookie, the flavor jungle cookie that's in this coming through a little bit more. I couldn't really remember, like when I was thinking of a tart, I was kind of thinking of like the ones you get from like Safeway, like that have that kind of yogurty stuff, and I couldn't remember like what that cookie crust kind of tasted like. So I just kind of went with like a mix of the cookie and the pie crust.
It's like almost like a shortbread, isn't it? Like kind of.
Tuna.
Like that kind
So, I think
Yeah.
so.
It's like a buttery, like crust.
Right. When you say tart down here, you know, it's what my grandmother made was like a sweet dough tart. You know, they're hard to explain, but they basically fold it out like flat and real thick.
Yeah.
And they put the ginger preserves inside, and they fold it over, and then press it almost like a
Kind of like a fruit pie.
almost like a fruit pie, and then put holes in the
Mm-hmm.
top.
Yeah.
But then the dough kind of thickens, and it's really dense and heavy. And then they just lightly brown it because the preserves are already cooked. So all you're doing is browning this thing. You're not really baking it to make it crispy or crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you say tart, that's what I first thought of, and now I'm looking at your recipe, and it's like something different. So you're like a pie shell, like a fruit tart that you would get like at a French bakery or something, right?
Yeah.
Advocate for Liberty says Sifu's winning by a hair. You have the longest beard here.
Okay.
For now.
At first, I was like winning by hair, but 3 of us have hats on.
I've been too lazy to find a fucking hat.
You got that fresh dude, man. You got to sport it.
Right. Get the nice Hitler Youth haircut going. That's what it makes me think of. I don't know. I went ahead and tried that cranberry blood orange cookie thing. So far, I'm digging it, man. Really liking it. The orange and the cranberry play really well with it. The cookie is kind of like a very subtle thing in the background.
All right, at a lower wattage, I get a lot more of the lychee, and there's definitely some blackcurrant at this point. But I'm still kind of getting like, I don't know if you guys have ever used that harvest berry, but like to me, there's almost like this slight oiliness to it at the beginning, and then that goes away.
Slight oiliness.
Yeah, like not butter. It's like kind of like oily.
Kind of greasy.
Yeah, greasy. Yeah, maybe greasy would be a better word.
I just always find that some mixes that when they're young, you get that, and it's that wispy feeling, like they haven't quite folded into everything else yet, and it's just kind of sitting on top of everything. And I find that especially with my Peach Among Worlds, if I mix it up straight away and then go straight to vaping it, it's that same thing. It feels oily. It feels kind of greasy, you know. With some time, that's going to burn off and fold itself back.
I'm actually gonna do that, Chris. I'm gonna see what it if throwing it on a regulated mod and a little bit lower wattage.
That's what I just did. I put it on my hammer. And that crepe is actually coming out a little bit better. Like it's still not quite there yet, but it's coming through a lot more. At least like that sweetness you would expect.
Everything I do is always mech build, so
same here. That's like the downside to how I mix is I test mostly on mechs and REAs. I have like tanks I just can't be bothered very much with.
So Mitch, Addy is saying that probably Italian cream will give you that tartness that you're looking for.
Oh, nice.
Or Greek yogurt.
Thanks, Addy. I appreciate you, brother.
Now, when you say Italian cream, do you mean like the Catalan cream from like Flavor?
The Hangson Italian cream. Yeah.
Oh.
Because I do have the Catalan cream. I haven't found a use for it yet. But if that's kind of the same note, and then since you're explaining your tart as more of a French type of tart, it's almost like an egg custard, but it's a little more sour.
Yeah.
You know? And it works real good.
And Anthony Romella, I do want to say I get it, candy connoisseur, but you have taken the CBD King title with Exotic Leaf. Just saying. But yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of the Hangson's flavorings. I just never like really sought them out. So I don't know. Might have to look into that. We'll see.
See, and when I knuckle this, I get like so much blackcurrant and lychee. But when I'm vaping it, I'm getting more of the harvest berry.
You think you're burning those off with the wattage?
Yeah, that's all like.
I don't know.
I'm at like at 100 watts right now, and like that berry's actually mellowed out. It's not so strong.
I turned mine down to 80. So it's a 0.11 at 80 watts. It's not even 3 volts. And I get like at this wattage, I get the blackcurrant and lychee, and there still is that berry. I just don't like vaping that cold. God dang.
This single coil comes in at a 0.33, and I have it at 59 watts right now, and I am getting more more of the crust
Mhm.
and berry is coming through now.
Yeah, I lowered mine also. I was up to 69 watts on mine on 0.32. I'm down to 50, and it's really starting to blend well together.
All right. Feeling like all our mixes were not meant for high heat.
No, hold
Yeah.
on. I just decided to like YOLO it, and I hit it at 120 watts. And I just got to re-drip it real quick, and I'll tell you, I think it changed it. I don't think that it was just because my wicks were kind of dry.
We need to get you a Galatech, bro.
I know, dude. 80 watts would have been fine on the
I know.
Galatech then.
Right. I don't know. When you said 120 watts, for some reason, my mind just went straight to that. It's like one of the best moments ever.
Dude, at 120, it's way better. It's like more what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's like amazing. In a week, it might be pretty good. But like right now, I think I could probably do with like dropping down that harvest berry just a touch. But it should level itself out. So I don't. That's like the tough part, right? Like I guess if I knew every single flavoring perfectly, like I've mixed every one, I like tested them all the way 1 to 5% after a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Like if I'd put in like just an insane amount of time, which people have done, then I might be able to like bang it right out of the park on like right from the shake, you know what I mean? And I know where it's gonna finish. But when you don't know every flavor that perfectly, that's the part that like for me, the waiting game sometimes is difficult. Because I'll be like, I want to fuck around with this flavor, I want to make it better, and then I don't give it time, and then I'll revisit that like whatever, attempt it was, like a month from then. And I'll be like, dang, that was actually better than what I tried doing afterward.
Yeah.
But it's hard to wait that long sometimes, especially if you're excited about a flavor. You're like, oh, like I'm so close. I feel I'm close. And
Advocate for Liberty, you're crazy, dude. Like earlier, Chris, you were talking about knuckle testing it, and he's talking about instead of knuckle testing it, you should try fisting it.
Over fist, under knuckle.
Yeah, your alter ego's
my whole hand. Just lick my whole hand off.
Yeah.
But it changes me. Oh man, that's too much.
Yeah, I brought mine back up to 125 watts, and I don't know, I was liking it more at 100. So,
And
again, with time, we'll probably, if anybody makes their bottle last till the end of till next week, we'll revisit this a little bit.
Yeah, I put a drop of WS-23 after my initial tasting, and it makes me cough.
Really?
I'm isolated, but it makes me cough. It did the same thing before. I kind of redone that gin mix without it. No cough. It was still dry. And when I first started vaping it, I didn't cough. And then y'all saw me. I put a couple more drops. So I was like, yeah, let's try the 23 and cough.
It went too far.
No, it was literally one drop. Like
yeah, that drop was too far though.
Or it's just it tastes great. It did increase the vibrancy of all of the berries, but it makes me cough.
I don't know, Anthony Romella. I don't know. Would any of you be up for recreating lost flavor? I don't know, because I mean,
depends on what it is.
No, I know. I mean, okay, I'm just going with Sifu's experience with trying to recreate Yig. That face says it all right there. Oh man.
Yeah, but it doesn't help that Sifu picked like one of the hardest, like one of the weirdest flavor profiles to try and recreate.
I don't know if Homeboy was just pulling on my beard or something, but he was like, "Oh, dude, I guarantee you, there's only like 4 or 5 flavors in there, man." Like It's not possible.
You never know, dude.
But you never know.
Yeah, you,
They're
But
literally.
also,
could be,
what else he
like,
said in that conversation is that trying to recreate a flavor is like chasing a ghost. So if you're cloning something, you're never going to really get it exact.
Mm-hmm.
But the best thing to do is just take the profile and make it your own.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have
it's like
tabled the Great Yig Experiment, and I think I'm going to do a tribute to Yig.
Well, that's
And
the
do
thing.
something
Like,
different.
I mean,
It's
if
like a
you're
tribute
cloning
band.
something,
Yeah.
like, are you really cloning it? Like, you're just trying to make it taste the same. Chances of you actually like having it 100% are almost zero.
yeah, doing a 1-to-1 is pretty rough.
Like, even if someone said, okay, you know, like, this is my vanilla custard, these are all the flavors you need to make my vanilla custard, and then I give it to you, and then you try to make it, like, the chances of you doing it the exact way that I would do it, or like the way that I have my recipe now, they're very slim. You could get something that's like vapable, and you might be able to make something better, but ultimately you're not going to be able to make it the exact same as if I followed my recipe. It'd be really difficult to do that. Like, you'd have to be like beyond a super taster at that point.
Right. Like,
that's
the thing is, what's weird about it is that you say that. What was interesting with my experience with trying to get that profile, and really it was just to try to get it out there so that we can make it, because a lot of people love that flavor. But every version of it, no matter the percentages, they almost all smell identical to Yig. They basically smell the same. But the ratios are all something's different. It's I'd have to go through 100 variants before it's not feasible to do it. It's just not.
I bet you're just missing a flavoring that no longer exists. That you can
Maybe.
only
Well, that's
get
the
in
thing,
labs.
right? Like, that flavor came out when, in like 2015?
Yeah, something like that.
14, I think.
Yeah, it's the oatmeal cookie is definitely it. The TFA oatmeal cookie is definitely it. It's definitely Capella version 1. It's definitely some type of filler cream. I don't know if it's Bavarian or if it's sweet cream or something. And then the stone, the black currant stone is definitely, there's definitely the silver line Capella. But I don't know what else there is, it's just something's missing. It's just missing. And look, I don't know what they used back then, but I get a lot of very, 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 very rich flavors from Yig,
Yeah.
and all of my mixes, even after steeping 3 to 4 weeks, are not that dense. So,
All right,
Yeah, but
so,
you probably also never had a fresh bottle of Yig either. And like 3
Yeah.
to 4 weeks is not, it's like a reasonable amount of time.
and honestly, I bought that bottle right whenever they announced that Namber was closing. When was that? Over a year ago?
yeah, like last October or something like that.
Yeah, and I still have about 10 mils of it left. So it's really old.
Yeah, and it probably wasn't like made when you bought it. I'm
No.
sure it's probably been sitting around for a little bit before that.
Yeah. So, but the moral of cloning is it's damn near impossible.
Oh, I know, because I mean, I do happen to belong to a cloning Facebook group, and they'll tell you the same thing. They're like, you're gonna come close, but you're never actually gonna be 1-to-1. It's just not gonna happen.
Now, I did see a RKOI clone, Rich Kids of Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and that's probably the closest, but it's still different.
Mm-hmm.
That's the closest I've ever had to like a clone, and it's still different. It's still different,
Well, even
So-
on like ELR, right? Like, there's recipes on there that'll have a ton of ratings. A ton of people have like tried it, mixed it, and some people will be like, this tastes the exact same, and other people will be like, it's really good, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
here's like a question for you guys. So for example, Sifu, so like you have went on this mission to try to basically recreate Yig.
Mhm.
You don't feel that you've got it 100% because you don't know if you'll ever be able to get to 100%. So is that just basically a tribute as opposed to a clone? Like,
Oh yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. But
Like, is there
it's
something
I
wrong with
totally
that?
I totally agree with that. Um, but I was trying to get as close as I can because it is such a unique flavor. You know, it doesn't taste like anything else I've ever tasted. You
Yeah.
know? So um, the only reference that I have is it,
You just make?
and
Is
it
that the
just
flavor you just made?
can't get it there. You know.
Looks
So
like
at this point,
It's potent.
Yeah, very.
I have to stop chasing that ghost
Sorry, super sniffer
and
guy.
just do a tribute. You know, with my own
Yeah,
my
like
own
your own spin.
approach to it. You know. Yeah. And honestly, I think I'm going to take the Peach Among Worlds route, adjust that a little bit, and then put that current stone that I'm very happy with on top of that. And I think it's going to be great. It'll be fine. It'll be good. You know. And we'll just call it an ode to Yig, or you know, we came up with all kinds of names in the Discord about what to call it, Revenge of the Yig, and all kinds of things. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
So yeah, on
no more
the
chasing butterflies. You know?
there's it on the Anthony Romella thing. He's saying it's a grape candy mixed with Sprite. Any of you be willing to take that guy on?
No, I've never made anything grape that didn't taste terrible. Like I have like
I have
4 or
not played
5
with
grape
grapes.
flavorings. I don't like any of them.
Well, going off of what he said in the comments, it's okay if it tastes terrible because that grape needs to have a bit of a medication-y flavor.
Is that what he said?
No,
Well, he said grape lean, and that is scissor, so that's
Yeah.
grape cough syrup and lime.
Trust
and
me,
lemon
I
thyme.
looked up grape lean and all I got was cough medicine. I was like, oh God. Is he trying to
y'all
trick
remember
us
a
here?
flavor? You remember one that was really hyped on Instagram a while back? It was called Grape Drank.
Yeah, I found
Yeah,
that.
same thing.
Yeah.
I bought that, and I took 3 hits off of it. The first one was like, "This is awesome." The second one was like, "Yeah, that's pretty good." The third one, I was like, "Oh God, what did I do?" it took
Hey, dude, I
took like
think
3 days of soaking that atomizer in alcohol and vodka to get the taste out of it.
I feel like 3 or 4 years ago, I bought this liquid and it was called Scissor, and that's pretty much what it was. It was like grape
Yep.
medicine. It was fucking disgusting. And like I had such high hopes. I was like, oh man, like a grape soda flavor would be awesome. If it tasted like grape crush, I'm fucking game. You know what I mean? And it was just disgusting. And I never really knew about scissor or like
Yeah.
that kind of drink.
When
So
you say
the
taste.
reason,
I'm digging
what?
this black deck.
Now go ahead,
Yeah.
Mitch.
so the reason I even kind of went down like the raspberry cheesecake path was for the last couple of weeks I've been in love with that bottle that Paul sent me from Freeman's, and like I wasn't trying to make a clone. I just wanted to make something similar. I mean, I really liked it, and it just kind of kick-started something. They're very, very close. The big difference, and I mean, of course, mine has only been made. I made it 3 days ago. The only real difference I'm seeing between the two, like the raspberry I have and what he's using, I would guess are spot on. His is a little creamier, and mine a lot more crust. The graham crackery crust comes through. But it's
So
definitely
you might be using a different cheesecake even.
yeah. They're I'm not happy with it. I'm really happy with it. And I'm excited to see what the bottle I stashed turns out to taste like in like a week or two, to see how close they actually are. I've been on a dessert kick, but all the strawberry cheesecakes and different cheesecakes that I'd tried in the past, like nothing really like overwhelmed me until I got this bottle from them. And now I'm kind of on the prowl. Now I'm chasing cheesecakes now.
Yeah, I've tried a couple of cheesecakes and they've all been highly disappointing. Even ones that like others have recommended and they're like so over the moon. I'm like, this is very meh. Meh.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the best cheesecake flavor that I've ever had is PB Party, and I don't even really get a whole lot of cheesecake.
Yeah,
I get like creaminess, but it just almost seems like it's like a whipped peanut butter.
See, for me, it reminded
over,
me
like,
of
cheesecake.
Reese's Puff cereal.
Yeah, like I actually get like a pretty like reasonable coffee note from it as well. Like maybe not coffee, it could be like espresso or something like that, like some sort of bean kind of thing. Like when I vape it, it's like it's just not what sits on my tongue. It's just what like I'm exhaling. I kind of get like this like coffeeness to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I've made some cheesecakes that I like myself. Like I have a chocolate raspberry one. It's pretty good. I like it. I gotta switch up a raspberry though, because the raspberry I'm using, it just doesn't taste that good. And I haven't found the right one yet. Because I think that the latest one I tried was like the Inawera shisha raspberry, and to me it tastes like a raspberry gummy. Like, and it doesn't work with the cheesecake. But the cheesecake part's good.
I've never used any of like the shisha flavors. What are your guys's?
I still
thoughts
haven't
on
tried them
those?
either. I need to get my hands.
I
on
have
some.
like a, I think I have a few of them. I have like the mango, I have the bilberry, which is basically blueberry. I have the raspberry. I might have a mango if I didn't say that. I think I have like 3 or 4. I haven't actually like I didn't try them until after I'd already mixed with them, and so I don't know if all of them are gonna be candy. But like that raspberry one, to me, like we have this candy up here called Big Feet. You guys, I don't think you guys have them in America,
Mm-hmm.
but they're kind of like. Do you guys have Swedish berries?
Yeah.
The candy.
Oh, Swedish berries? No, I don't know.
Well, they're like
Swedish
this kind of
fish?
like they're
I was like
they're
Swedish
kind of
berries,
like
maybe.
Swedish fish consistency. They're the same thing, and they have like that weird oiliness to them as well. But they're like raspberries, and they're like raspberry flavor, and that's to me what this like. That's what the shisha raspberry tastes like. It tastes like a Swedish berry. Like it'd be great to make like a Swedish fish recipe. Like maybe if you like paired it with like one of the Swedish fish concentrates, which I don't have, but
Yeah.
I assume that it would be like really work really well with that. All right,
Might be.
pink raspberry or mullenberry pink raspberry is very good. VSO. You know what? I've never tried anything from VSO because I've not seen them for sale anywhere. So maybe I'll have to order that from like Bull City at some point.
Yeah, you'd have to come stateside for VSO.
Flavor West raspberry. I'll have to check that out. Cause yeah, like I want something that I can use in like bakeries that's a raspberry that, cause some of the ones that I have, I just don't feel like that they're good in a bakery. And I think I have like 4 or 5 different raspberries, but none of them really seem like they'd be that good in a bakery.
Yeah.
I do want to track down like a more tart raspberry, because the one I've been using is the raspberry sweet from TFA. That's what I'm using. And I think that finding a tart raspberry to kind of pair with it.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. Like if you're having a cheesecake, it's already going to be sweet and rich, right, and creamy.
Mm-hmm.
So like, do you really need like a candied raspberry? Like to me, that's not what would be in a cheesecake. Like even if you had like that cheese, you know how like lots of cheesecakes, like strawberry cheesecake, they'll have like the chunks of strawberry, but then there'll be like that strawberry glaze all over it.
Yeah.
Like that maybe is a bit candied, but more often than not, if I ever have like a raspberry cheesecake, it'll be like a cheesecake, and right when it's pulled out of the oven, they'll just drop full raspberries that are like fresh raspberries on there. And so you are expecting that slight tartness with that creamy, rich part of everything else.
Oh man. Alrighty. Oh, we're kind of over time over here. I just looked at the time. I was like, oh shit. yeah, so thank you guys for joining us. You guys want to promote your stuff? Go ahead. Take it away, Mitch.
Uh, Same as last week. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Instagram, it's Mitch_Hoget. I think Twitter's the same. I don't even remember. But yeah, or you can find me in like Stew Crew Discord or Rave Club Discord. So I'm around. That's about it. What about you, Sifu?
I got some exciting stuff going on. Sifu, will be releasing a new flavor. It's a mango champagne that I've been testing. I got some real world testing feedback, and it went very, very well. It's called Here Comes Mango, after the Blazing Saddles show. And actually on the bottle, it's going to say, never mind that shit. Here comes mango. So very excited about that. But also even more excited, I've teamed up with Your Highness, Duchess, with that wonderful, speaking of strawberry cheesecake, we have teamed up, and I'm going to be making his recipe and including it in my line. And we are calling it Duchess Von Cheesecake. And straight up strawberry cheesecake. And my ingredients will be in tomorrow. And if you want it, you can hit me up on all the usual channels, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, Twitter. I'm in all of those places. PM me, and we will get you some of this, of his royalness. His semi-royalness is amazing strawberry cheesecake, Duchess Von Cheesecake.
Yeah, like it's Grim Green approved, so.
Grim Green approved. So excited to do that for him. He reached out, and I'm happy to facilitate, and very excited. So thank you all.
I guess that's me.
Go there, no man.
Even though, like, on my screen, you should be going like this because I'm above you.
You're above me? All right, so you go, no man.
Yeah. No, well, thanks everybody for tuning in. If anybody mixes any of the recipes that we just put out tonight, don't tell us that we're garbage yet. Okay, give us a bit of time. Like, even though we did have these planned beforehand, like, it's not like we were mixing them or anything. This was just all off of research and experimentation. So hopefully, like, if we do this, well, I know we will, in the future, we're going to get better every time, everybody. So even if you want to put a request in, there's a chance that somebody might say, oh, that profile, I would want to try that profile. So they might try it on the show. You guys can check me out, whatever. If you want to check me on Instagram, that's cool. It's overdrip with a 0, so it's like 0 overdrip. Other than that, just check me out on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, all the different time zones, to 5 p.m. Pacific, on Frames Janklin YouTube for the Green Room. You can also check us out on SoundCloud for the Shed Time podcast. New episodes are up pretty much every single Sunday evening, unless we run into some sort of weird problem, which has only happened once, and we've done 21 episodes. So that means that we have a really high success rate of putting it out Sunday nights. And I think that that's everything. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that that's everything. So, Clown, take it away.
Alrighty. Yeah, thank you so much. We've had a great time. Honestly, this hour went by really fast, which always makes for a great show, honestly, because you don't want it to drag on. And we had fun. Anthony Romella did say something earlier. Let me see, where was it? Because he said, "What would you guys be willing to do a viewer-made taste test and review segment?" Then I think we're down for that. I'd be down for that. I don't know about you fellas, but I'd be down.
Yeah, we
for
can
that.
each take one.
What,
Or we can all take the same one.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do like a taste test on would it be a recipe that somebody made, or would you?
Or like you're gonna take a 100 ml bottle and divvy it up, and then we all just get this bottle. Is that...
Like, we need more details. If anything, email me at clownvapes@gmail.com, and we'll sort this out. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, check out my ELR. I do have a couple of recipes. I have like, I think like 45 recipes, and out of those, only like 10 are actually public, because most of them are just testers and me dicking around with single flavor stuff, and you know, that's just more for like my own personal purposes at that point. But go check that out. Then on Thursday we will be doing Wolfbite. Come hang out with us. I think Advocate for Liberty is gonna come hang out with us on Thursday. Where I'm not really fully sure. I don't remember what the schedule looks like. Frank gave it away a while back, and I'm drawing a blank at this point. Then come on Mondays, Vaping with the Ohmies on the Vaping with the Ohmies channel at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then with the Wolfbite show, it's here on my channel at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time Thursdays. And if you guys are interested in juice and coils that I make, go check out kvtvshop.com. I was saying last week I added some bundle pack stuff where you get like 2 juices for a discounted price versus just buying one. And then I have coils. I even added the 28 gauge aliens on there, so I'm excited about that. And I do have a sale going on for Independence Day week, and it started like Monday morning. But if you use code Independence, it's 20% off, and orders over $75 are free shipping. So come check that out. And Teespring, I do have the Mixing It Up shirt up on Teespring. I was finishing that up right before the show. I was trying to get that done. We were making jokes about baby onesies saying mixing it up and stuff. We're like, yeah, that would go over so well with the crowd. But either way, again, thank you guys for joining us and all that jazz, and we will catch you guys next week. And as always, mix on, vape on. Woo!